The Great Raids during the reign of Buford I, as written by Don Whitehead.
It was in the reign of Buford I that this thing came to pass. There was in the land of Tennessee, east of the capital of Nashville, a tribe that dwelled by the river, neath the shutters of the Great Smoky Mountains, and they called themselves Knoxvillians. Their forefathers had come into this place, bringing their wives and their children to build their temples of commerce and worship, and to lay the foundations of their homes, that they might dwell in peace and harmony the rest of their days. They dammed the mighty river. They tamed the wild land. They made the wild beasts to lie down beside their lambs. They wrote their laws upon the stone. Their crops flourished, and their bullocks and cattle multiplied, as did their sons and daughters. And the sun smiled down upon them, and they prospered. And it became the custom in the tribe that dwelled by the river to gather on Saturday nights, and at divers times, to quaff strong wines and liquors, and to slap each other on the back, to sing and to dance and to feast within their clubs. And the publicans waxed fat and prosperous from supplying the drink for these festivals of a happy and a carefree people. Now there were certain of them among the Knoxvillians who did not look with approval on this feasting and drinking and shouting in the night. They wished the publicans to be driven from beside the river and exiled to distant lands. They cried out for the wines and the liquors to be dashed upon the rocks and spilled. The leader of these people said,
"It is written on the stone that strong wines and liquors are an abomination. It violates the laws of our tribe to consume them, and this evil must be halted promptly and forthwith."
And one among them arose to say, "Oh, leader, why is it that members of our tribe vote dry and drink wet? Is not this practice contrary to reason and common sense? Is there no virtue in consistency? These questions trouble us." And the leader said,
"There are some mysteries beyond the answer of man. It is true there are those among us who publicly deplore the crushing and the fermentation of the grape, and the distilling of the corn that grows in the field. It is true also they assemble to quaff the joy juice in privacy. Verily the ways of the Knoxvillian are strange."
And the naive one then said, "Why do these people not change the laws to make their drinking and their feasting legal? Give us the answer to this one, O wise one." But there was no answer. And it came to pass in the second month of the year 1961 that the high sheriff became exceedingly wroth with the flouting of the law, because there were those who derided him for not driving the publicans from the land. And he secretly made a journey to the capital at Nashville to ask the aid of the governor of the province, whose name was Buford I.
"Give me 110 stout men,"
said the high sheriff,
"and I'll enforce the laws writ upon the stone."
and the governor said,
"So shall it be. I will send to thee 110 strong and willing men, armed with righteousness and sledgehammers, to banish this evil from your tribe."
And on the appointed day, the high sheriff gathereth his men around him. He sendeth out patrols in secrecy, and he staketh out the clubs known as the Cherokee, the Holston, Dean Hill, the City Club, the American Legion, and the one where gathered the elks without antlers. And when the sun stood high in the heavens, the enforcers of the law descended upon these places of iniquity with mighty shouts which caused trembling among the Knoxvillians. They swooped down in glee to seize the stores of joy juice gathered for the weekend festivals. They smashed open the doors of lockers seeking hidden bottles. They crushed sledgehammers into machines of chance known as one-armed bandits. Coins spilled out upon the ground, and the jackpots were hit where none had ever been hit before. Confusion reigned, not to mention dismay. Certain women of the tribe were gathered in the Club of the Holston for a showing of fashions of the day. Comely models preened themselves in finery. And when the deputies entered suddenly upon them, one of the women said, "What meaneth this rude intrusion?" And the deputy replied,
Be not alarmed, good woman. We seeketh only the booze.
At the Club of the Elks, a midday reveler stood at the bar imbibing the juice of the corn, when he recognized an old pal in uniform, and he saith, "Hey, come and join me!" But only when the sledge fell with fury upon the slot, spewing dimes upon the premises, did it dawneth verily that this was a raid of a magnitude never before seen in the land of Tennessee in the memory of man. Nor was such a raid ever recorded in the ancient parchments. At the club known as Cherokee, a woman member looked with amazement and indignation upon the unwanted guests, who entered without registering and proceeded to wreak havoc. She spoke with anger, saying, "Oh, do they not know that they should remove their hats upon entering?" And there was great wailing and gnashing of teeth from some of the tribe which dwell beside the river, as the raiders smote the machines and carried off the booze. Truly it was a sight to be remembered all the days of their lives. And it was whispered one to the other, "What is to happen? Can no man enjoy his booze in peace? We have voted dry and drunk wet for lo these many years, and there was none to say us nay. Is there no respect for ancient customs left?" One among them said, "Wail not, for this shall pass. Be patient, brothers. All things shall be as they were before we were smitten by this awful calamity. It is but a passing evil dream. Be of good cheer." But the governor of the realm and the high sheriff were mightily pleased with the confusion laid upon the tribe known as Knoxvillians and the results of the raid. They sent word by couriers proclaiming,
Mend your ways, drinketh not strong wines and hard liquors at your festivals. Tempt your appetites with nothing stronger than beer, and be ye as clean as the tooth of a hound. We have spoken.
And so it was that the club sent forth advice to members not to invoke the wrath of the officials by lugging liquor into the premises. The festival became sedate, some said dull. Citizens drew their shades at night when imbibing illegal cocktail. Men gathered to grumble among themselves at this thing that had come to pass, and gloom hung heavily over the temples of commerce and the clubs beside the river in the land known as Tennessee. The people submitted meekly, because they knew full well that they themselves had written upon the stones that no one could drink wet after voting dry, and verily they could find no one to blame but themselves.